Welcome back. Video 4 of our email marketing course. So in email 4, we want to discuss about the different type of contents that would make our emails interesting, right? Now the thing about email marketing is that we gotta understand that emails are actually going out to our email subscribers every single day. And the thing is that if we were to write the same style of email or the same kind of structure of email, people might get bored eventually, right? So what we want to do right now is before I go into the different types of content styles that you can adopt in your email, I want to go back the things that we discussed in the previous video where we are discussing about how the subject line of the email actually affects the open rate, right? So understand that you can have very poor subject line that is not interesting at all, and because there are very little people who open up the email, that would affect the response of how your email works. That means we are going to get very little people who register, and that's not what we want, right? Because since you're going to put in so much work in writing out the content, basically your subject line makes or breaks your entire readership, right? So generally what we want to go for the minimum. Now we have this JLPL email statistics. Now this is the statistics of all the subject lines that we have written for the particular course called Q10, QOO10. If you remember, Q10 is an online shopping platform whereby we are actually teaching our students in our free preview and our workshop how they can actually leverage on Q10 to build a full-time business for themselves. Okay, so this is like the Singapore or the Asian version of the eBay, right? So back to the email statistics, as you can see, what we want to go for minimum, identify subject lines that are at least 10% and above, all right, and see what's the common denominator. What exactly do these email subject lines have in common that enable us to get like a 10% and above open rates? Now, of course, the higher the open rate percentage, now this is the percentage that we are looking at here, the better the overall responsiveness or the conversion of the email, right? So like I said, we want to look at emails that has subject lines that has at least 10% and above, and then you want to create your subject line based on this. Like based on all this information here, you should be able to tweak, and come up with that controversial or curiosity based subject line. All right. So that's what we want to talk about here. Okay, the next thing that we want to discuss is to talk about this objective of content. Okay, let me just scroll this down a little bit. Okay, so now the objective of the emails has to be congruent to the seminars, right? So we want to share information that pretty much probably like just a tip from what they will learn inside the seminar, right? So the idea is that the email is to pre-sell the free seminar which they will attend. And of course, during this free seminar, they are going to learn more about the step-by-step workshop, which of course they have to pay for, right? So again, the emails lead them to the free seminar, the preview, and then of course, yep, after that, after the free preview is really up to how the presentation goes to sell them the workshop. But ultimately, the email is to get people to go to the preview, right? So job of email is always link back and pre-sell the free event on the website. So whatever email that you have written, there must always be a link that directs the subscriber to the registration page of the free preview seminar. Okay, so the thing is, in order for us to get our customers, to want to come back, or our readers to come back, we always want to create an element of surprise. Use different types of email to capture their attention. So we came up with a couple of formats. We have like content teaching email. Now remember, at all times, the style of writing is very elementary, very conversational, like. Right, that is the way that we present ourselves as in the writer to the reader. But On the other hand, we can have like content teaching email where you want to give them more information that they can benefit from. So usually, but of course, the information there has got to be related to what they would learn in the preview, right? Now, promotional story is usually very shorter emails, right? Basically, we are just going to tell them what they can expect to learn from the preview itself. So usually promotional emails tend to be shorter.
Personal stories tend to be slightly longer. So right now I'm just giving you an overview, but subsequent videos I will go into detail and I will use examples to show you. So personal story is usually using like the day-to-day life of the writer, what goes on with his life, and ultimately somewhere in the middle you want to relate back to what he's doing. Sometimes there's no relation at all, but it's almost like a personal story plus promotion. Or sometimes it could be like a personal story plus content teaching. That means through the life story, there's something that can be taught to the reader. Number 4, testimonials email. So usually this could be testimonials from our past students who have already attended our training and what they have to say about our training, all right? So on this, you can actually message us, email us, and ask for those testimonials that we have that you want to use. Now, testimonials, on the other hand, you can actually get it from online, not necessarily from students who have attended our classes before, but rather testimonials from people who have run an e-commerce business or have experience in who have experience in selling products on online marketplaces such as eBay or Amazon, and you find certain case study which you like to talk about, like articles that you can leverage on, you can actually use that, with our local contacts here in Singapore, right? That you can leverage on, and of course, ultimately redirect them to go to our registration page to register for our event, right? So that's testimonials email. Number 5, video email. Video emails is slightly different. Now, for all the emails from 1 to 10, at the end of every email that you have written, we always want to put in a link that brings the reader to the registration page of the free seminar that they can sign up for, right? However, for video 5, we want them to watch the video that we have either submitted on YouTube or we have put it up on Facebook, all right? So usually in the link at the bottom, the video email is basically tell them about, hey, this video, what we're going to teach you, something really short, and then the objective is to get them to watch the video either on YouTube or on Facebook, all right? So the thing is, video email is the only email that we don't get customers to go and visit the website. Okay, usually we have a small PS, yes, a small little link that tell them, okay, you can go and register to the website, yes, but the main objective is to get them to watch a video. So what you realize in the video emails, there can be 2 links, right? The main link will be direct them to the Facebook video or a YouTube video, get them to watch that. Or right at the bottom, all right, it will be a postscript, a PS. You know what? By the way, we also have this event. You can check out the event right here, something like that, all right? So number 6, GIF email is basically using moving images, all right? A GIF moving images, like when you want to emphasize or reaffirm the point that you're trying to make, you can use like a funny GIF image moving around, just to make that email looks more fun or funny. Another kind, you want to use like still images. So sometimes some of our emails, you may realize that we have like a couple of like maybe 2 to 3 still images, or sometimes it is just one big GIF image, or maybe a few GIF image, just to make the email more fun, entertaining, all right, for the reader. Number 7 is survey email. Now survey emails is done like once in a long while. It's basically to ask the reader what they would like to receive from our daily email newsletter. What would they like to learn, or what kind of emails they like to read. All right, so that's that survey email. And of course, at the end of the survey email, always redirect them back to the registration page of the free seminar. All right. Number 8 is current news email. These are news that you can get from either from Googling them, find articles that talk about e-commerce in general. What, like for example, new company is buying, like for example, Alibaba is buying some other new company. What are the new changes that they can expect to see, the trend of e-commerce, this and that. So anything that you think that would help in getting the readers to register for our event, that would be a very good move. All right. So instead of just us self-promoting ourselves all the time, we can leverage on current news with regards to e-commerce or cryptocurrency, depending on which courses that we are promoting, depending on which audience that we want to email out to. All right. So number 9, FAQ is basically commonly asked questions that you want to answer. What are the main concerns that newbies have, when they start out an e-commerce business for the very first time? Some things like people ask, I don't know what product to sell, or I don't know where to find traffic, stuff like that. And you want to basically answer that. All right. So generally, when it comes to selling on online marketplaces, you don't have to find your own customers. You don't have to learn how to drive traffic, because the online shopping platform already have customers. All right. So it's all about learning how to leverage on an existing platform and expose your product to the ready customers that are there. Okay, that's one thing that we want to talk about, and how to find products, and which will be answered in the preview itself. Okay, next, curiosity short hype email. Now usually this is there's basically no content at all. We just want to create a strong sense of urgency in the reader to quickly take action. So let me give you an example. It could be something like, all right, I've been sending you emails throughout the entire week about this. Now this is the last time I'm going to promote this event, or this is the last time that you will see this email talking about that particular event. If you haven't been registered, or you haven't seen what's happening, right, click here. Okay, all the information is here. You want to get to it now, because after tonight we're going to close it down for good, something like that. So it is short, curiosity, hype-based email, all right, just to get the customers or the readers to want to take action to read. Okay, so in the next video, I will be going through every single one of these videos, and I'll be showing you some live examples that you can use as well. All right. So yes, I'll be using those case study to relate to whatever emails that we are talking right here. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.